Okay, so can you hear me now? And can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I would like to remind you again that when we called that line before, we was having new, right? And at that time,
Yes.
the constructor inside part-time did not call my base. So, but now we added the constructor here. So actually, we don't really need to call the constructor here again, because we can only call the constructor of the base class one time. We can call it here like this, or we can call it using my base inside here. So it is either one of them. We cannot use both.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to comment that, because as you see, we already passed noon and 74 here. Okay, and when we try to print name and staff number, you will find it come out noon and 74. Let's have a look. Sometimes it's slightly slow. I'm not very sure why is that. It could be a heavy code.
Yeah.
Okay, so it ran without an issue. Again here, he's saying the part-time object created, and we still have noon and 74 and technique inside the base class employee one when we call that. So it means that our change worked very well. Okay, is that clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, so we move to another concept here. Did you hear before about containment? No,
Yes.
before containment first. So let me try first to understand from you. You know about polymorphism or not?
No, not very well.
Not very well. So polymorphism is the concept of redefining methods that is in the base class in the inherited classes. So do you remember now, just now we have a part-time class. Let me see here. Let me go to the object here. Yeah, okay. So again here, this is the base class, right? Employee. And we have something called show details. This show details, if it want to print, it will print name, staff number, and full-time staff, and all the variables inside here. But it will not print something in either part-time or full-time, because it doesn't know them, right?
Yes.
Part-time can see whatever inside employee, but employee cannot see whatever inside part-time. It have no awareness of them. Okay, so what
Okay.
this dictates to us something, that Show details will not show all the details of whatever inside here and here. It will only show here. So we have to redefine that show details inside part-time and also inside full-time to include whatever variables or attributes that we have here. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let us have a look at the code. So when you look at the code here, so see, to be able to do that, we have to use a few keywords extra. So here in the employee class, when we call show details, let me see. Yeah, sorry. We show print details function. So we call it overridable. We put a keyword overridable. Once we put that in the base class, then in any of the classes that inherit from it, then we can redefine print details. You see? But we also have to use the keyword overrides. So overrides, override, overridable. Does this make sense? No, I still cannot get you. Repeat again, please.
No, I got disconnected again. I just joined back.
Oh, okay. So what? Okay, again. Should I repeat the part that I speak about overrides and overridable?
Yeah. Yes. Could you repeat?
Yes. So okay. We said that inside employee here, the base class, we defined a function that is called print details. Okay, this print details will get all the information with the variables here, name, staff number, and job, and date joined, and it will print them out. Okay.
Okay.
But
yes.
we want to redefine print details in the classes that inherits from the base class. Why? Because, for example, hourly rate here will not be printed here.
Okay.
So we add the keyword overridable to tell all the classes that inherit from employee that we can redefine the print details. Okay, so here we redefine the print details in the inherited class. Okay. So here we put the keyword overrides and print details here, and see here again we use my base. So we will not redefine it 100%. I mean, yes, we add certain things like, okay, we said employee, or we can say part-time employee details, and then we call the base class print details. We will call here. Okay.
Okay.
But
yes.
we will add a few things here. So we will add the hourly rate here because that is not printed when we call the print details in the base class. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So again, what I want to say here, this is printed out here when I call that line. You see, I go to freelancer here. Where is print details? Yeah, wait. Print details. Let me see here. Where is print details? Can you see with me? Yes, it's here. So I want to ask you now, can you still follow up with me? Can you hear me well?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I want to know now, when I call this print details, it will call which print details? So freelance is belong to which class? Employee or part-time?
The part-time.
Good. And when I call print details here, it will call which print details, the one that belong to the employee or the one that belong to part-time class?
Both.
Wait. It's true that you are correct. You said both is correct, but again, that depends. So what it will call actually whatever in the part-time class, and it will execute whatever in the part-time class. So if I come to the part-time class here and I don't call the base, I commented it like that, it will not call it. It will not call the one, it will not call both like you told me. So
Okay.
here I define whatever will be called. And here it only know one thing. It only know that print details have the keyword overrides. It means that it will always come here and it will not go to the print details in the base class. So I will call here, and here I define what I need to call and what I don't need to call. Do you get me? So it will not come here and automatically go and call here. No. Did you?
Yes, yeah. So we have to put the mybase.new for it to be.
Yes. And if I commented that and I run again, you will find that I only print 2 lines here: part-time employee details and got hourly rate.
Okay.
So that is slightly slower, but yeah, it's worth waiting. So again, can you see here?
Yes.
Okay, that's clear to you, right? So we control everything here. Good. Okay, now let us go back and we talk about so what I explained to you just now is actually the concept of polymorphism. So that is that you have a print detail class in the base, and you redefine that print details method inside the classes that is inherited. It makes sense, right? So this is the definition of polymorphism. And now let me see here. And yeah, and just another example without going into the code details. So we can have a base class that's called shape. Okay, and the shape class actually have an overridable method that is called area. So shape is a base class that we will have other classes inherit from it, and it have sub area method and a parameter method. And we would like to make other classes inherit from shape, as we can see here. So the rectangle have its way of calculating the area, and it have its way also to calculate the parameter. And if we have a triangle or a square, it will have a different way to calculate the area, right? So again, here we make overrides and we redefine the method area. Does this make sense to you? And in this case, we will not call my base. It's our choice here. Does this make sense to you? Can you still follow up with me?
Yes.
No, really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So again, with a circle, it have a different way of calculating the area, right? So again, we are going to redefine the method, and we will not call also the my base. We are inheriting from the shape, and we are redefining the method area. Is that clear? We move to the next.
If we put my base, then we'll get the radius and the area, or
wait, if we put my base, where is my base is defined here in the shape, right? So what is defined here? You see, in this sorry, I'm so sorry, not clear. see here in area, I only print area and area of value. Okay.
Yes.
It will just print only, but it will not calculate anything, because shape is a general, is something general that the shape can be a rectangle, can be a circle. So there is no point for us to make any calculation here. So yes, we can call my base and it will just print this line. But I see no point here. So if you want to calculate the area of the circle, you better totally redefine what is really important for you to show. So actually, you see here, he even just prints a line here without even calling my base. But yes, if he want to print that line, he can say my base. Let me put it here. He can say my base, like we know, and he call this area sub. Sorry, yeah, he can do that. Yes, and instead of putting that line here. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, good. And yeah, let me see here. We move. So again, I just want to confirm the concept is clear to you. So again, he doesn't create a shape class. He only create a circle class. Okay. And then he calculates using my circle, he call area. And we know that when he calls that, he will not call my base, right? He will call the one that is redefined in the circle class. Is that clear to you?
Could you repeat?
Should I repeat again? I didn't hear yes or no. Did you understand what I said?
Yes. Could you repeat?
Yes, definitely. So again here, we know very well that the area here is different when we calculate circle, and it is different when we calculate rectangle, right? We know that this circle inherits from what? From the shape. From the shape class, right? Inside the shape class, inside the shape class, area is only printing a variable. It doesn't do any calculation. And we already said using the keywords that we use, overrides. When we define area here, we said it overrides the base class. So when I call my using object my circle, when I call area, it will not call the base shape area. It will call my redefine a method area. Does this make sense? This will calculate the area of the circle. And for the rectangle, I also redefine area. So it will not call the base area definition.
Okay. Could you go to the shape class?
Definitely. So this is the shape class.
Yeah, in the area, the method. So because we're not really getting a value, the area value, it would just print area.
Yes, it will print this only. Yes.
What
is the purpose?
If we run the program, then it would just put like if we use my base in that and we run it, it would just print area.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So,
if we run my base, yes.
Yeah, so do we even have to keep that line, the console write line?
Yes, because wait. So when we write, I mean, everything they created it for a reason. So when we do this way, okay, we are telling the people who are writing the code that please remember that you have to redefine your area method. And so here in the base class, we are telling what kind of methods that is used and what need to be redefined. If we didn't do that, so it means that all the base classes or all the programmers who are writing the base class, the inherited classes, will not know that they need to override area. So we have to do this way so that people redefine their own method of area.
Okay.
So again, you are assuming that yes, you are the only person who are writing, but no, in this case, there could be many other programmers who are writing. The base class can be written by a programmer, and then the inherited classes can be written by other programmers. And now we are talking about a simple class, but there could be classes with a lot of methods. So
Yes. Okay.
this is the main reason. And again, if you don't call my base, then you don't need to worry about that at all.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, that's clear.
Yes.
I think let me see here. Yeah, overloading. Yeah, I will give you that here. I'll show you the definition first. Yes. Okay. So there is a concept similar to polymorphism, but it's called overloading. So the difference between overloading and polymorphism is that we can use a method. Let me give you an example. We create a method called hello inside the greeting class, okay? And then we would like to have another method called hello, but it takes a different number of parameters. So how to say, yeah? So here, so this is the same class, huh? This is not, there's not, we are not talking about base class. We are not talking about inherited class at all. In the same class, you can define methods with the same name, but there must be differences between them. How to make the difference? You have to give different parameters, different number of parameters. So hello here take no parameters, 0 parameters. But this hello definition take one parameter that's called name. So the first hello, it will just print hello only. The second hello
Yes.
will say hello and the name. So that is the difference between polymorphism and overloading. This overloading concept allow you to create different methods with the same name. So here,
Okay.
so how the calling object will understand which one to call based on the number of parameters. So see here, in the submain, I will create a class, an object migrating from the greeting class. Okay, one time I will call hello without any parameters. Second time I will call hello with one parameter. So
Okay.
automatically he will see if there is no parameters, he will go for the first definition here. Okay, if there is a parameters, then he will come here, and then I can also create I can come here. I would say I'm able to create public overloads sub hello, and yeah, sorry, like that. And I can give n as a string and age as integer. So I'm able to say that. So now I created 3 methods with the same name. Hello without parameter, hello with 1 parameter, and hello with 2 parameters. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then we move to the next. So yeah. actually, before I go to the next, first, let me explain to you one thing, because this might be a question. Do you understand what's the meaning garbage collection?
Yes.
Okay,
Like in, oh, no. No, could you explain it?
So, okay, when we create objects and classes inside the memory, and also when we create variables inside our program, that is asking the Visual Basic to go and reserve spaces in the memory that that is resides to put our variables inside. So we reserve places in the memory to put our classes, our objects, our variables, our strings, our integers, okay? And then this, by time, when you have a large program, then you will find that you are consuming a lot of memory. So this Visual Basic then will start to do something called garbage collection, which means that it will check if your variable is no longer used inside the software, then it will start to automatically delete it. In previous languages like C++, so you have to do the garbage collection on your own. Now, with advanced languages like Visual Basic.NET and Java and even Python, they do the garbage collection on their own. It means that they clean the pieces of memory that you reserved for variables if automatically he sees that you no longer use the variable in your code. You created a variable, use it for one time, and then you no longer use it or reference it in your code, then he will automatically remove it. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, so if we don't remove, what will happen? The memory will get clogged with a lot of variables that is no longer used. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So I will try to touch on a concept called containment. Do you understand what I mean containment, or did you hear about it before?
Yes, I've heard
Okay.
it.
What is that?
It's like what do you say? I don't know how to explain it. It's it's one class is contained by another class, but
Perfect. Simple enough.
okay.
And I don't need a complicated one. Yes, it is one class that is contained by other classes. Yes. And there is some more details about that, but let us look here. So you know that a wheel is contained inside a car, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if we create, this is an example of also containment. So we create a class that is called course, and we create a lesson, and we create an assessment. So inside the class course, we created variables of type lesson and variables of type assessment, and that is what we call containment. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I will not go into more details here. I will try to stop here now. But before we stop, let me understand from you. Can we fix our classes next week on Tuesday and Thursday? What do you think?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. And I would like to hear from you. Do you prefer a different way of explanation? Do you prefer, I mean, do you have any preference that you need me to adjust in the class, or
No, it's fine.
it's fine
This
to
is
you?
fine. Yeah.
Okay. That's one thing. And again, I heard your requirements about files and linked list and binary tree, and we will go through that. but if you don't mind to be able to understand that everything is fine with your understanding of the classes, I will try to give you homework exercises. But typically I have sessions, so it will take between 24 hours to 48 hours to be able to upload all the recordings and to pass you the homeworks that you need to do. And you need to give me the homework 24 hours before our next class. So if I see that there is something that needs to be discussed, then I will include it in the slides of the next class. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Anything else you would like to tell me before we go?
No.
Okay, it's fine?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot for your time and see you later.
Sir,
Yes.
how long is like each class? 2 hours or one class?
I would say between 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So is it fine to you like that?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, if at any moment that you feel that you are saturated with the information, then we can immediately stop. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Take care then.
Yes. Take care.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
Yes.